All right, guys. So we are back. We are back. We had a small technical difficulties. When you're adjusting into the audio stuff, it becomes like a whole thing. So I was looking at the chat and some people are saying me, I switch up my family on day one and I disappear. I always hear some people say, if I were to win the lottery, I wouldn't tell nobody, but there would be signs. So just gonna wait for a couple people just to get back. But a lot of times when you win the lottery, it's not always like a good thing. I hear like a lot of stories, like it gets really intense. Um, it's not just you that's being affected, it's like you and your family, and then people who know your family know that you are related to the person who won the lottery. So that's what really happens. So for today, we're gonna look into it, and this gentleman right here, Jack Pockets, has a whole video about what happens when you win the lottery. And I guess it gets like pretty dark, and that's kind of the direction that the video is going in here. So without wasting any more time, we're gonna get right to it.
You just won the lottery. Congrats. You're f***ed. If you're lucky enough to survive all the lawsuits, betrayals, and murder attempts you're about to face, you might just live long enough to go bankrupt. If you want any chance of this working out, listen carefully. The first thing you need to do is absolutely nothing. Don't tell anyone, don't quit your job or drop out of school.
That's the big thing. A lot of people, when they win the lottery, they will tell everybody. And if you don't know, you're just going to go right to it. And in a lot of areas, they make it really public that you won the lottery. So if you won the lottery, it becomes just public information. And you can, like, what do? You're going to go back to work. You're going to go back to your 9 to 5. You're going to go on time. You're going to go late. Like, what are you going to do if you won the lottery? You're still going to go to work the next day? Like, that's like the crazy part. What would you even do about it? The gentleman saying, don't tell anybody, but let's see how he goes into it.
Don't buy a GT3 RS and don't claim your prize. Yet. Most places will give you a few months to grab your check. Let's just say you won in California, which gives you 180 days. We're gonna use this to our advantage, but in the meantime, it is absolutely and utterly imperative that you do not lose your ticket. This actually happened to 7 people. 3 of them didn't survive.
See, that's what I'm saying. It just changes everything. It changes everybody around you. It just changes how people treat you and how they act. Um, some individuals, unfortunately, they pass away because money doesn't just change you, it changes the people around you. It changes how people look at you, the perspective. It just changes, especially from a night and day difference. You were just regular old Joe on Monday, and on Tuesday, all of a sudden, you are just some millionaire, billionaire. You're just some millionaire walking around. That's it. From Monday to Tuesday, on Monday, they told you, hey, thank you so much, John. See you tomorrow morning, blah, blah, blah. Catch me up on that work. And then on Tuesday, all of a sudden, you're just this millionaire. You're just this millionaire dude. And do you even go back to the office? Are you going to go back to work? Do you even show up on time? I know a lot of people will probably not show up on time. You're probably just going to call in. You're like, I don't even care. I have like millions of dollars in my bank account. That's how it goes.
Your ticket and sign the back of it, photocopy it, take selfies with it, record a video with it, put it in a waterproof, fireproof box, then take that box to the bank and put it in a safety deposit box. Now that your ticket's hopefully secure, we need to use this time to prepare a few things. First, we need to hire a professional. I watched a few lottery news segments and found you this guy, Jason Kurland. He's a self-described lottery lawyer that charges $200K upfront and a $50K monthly fee. That might sound like a lot, but for legal protection, money management, and tax shielding, this is actually a steal. Plus, you won the $200 million Powerball, so $200K is only 1,000th of your winnings. Now that you have Jason on your team, he's gonna prepare your banking and investment accounts. And of course, he won't withdraw any money without your written consent. But in your very first meeting, he gives you some bad news. See,
I don't even know what the bad news is going to be. But the fact that, when you win the lottery and you're by yourself, it gets really intense. So if I were to win the lottery, I'm thinking too, I got to go hire a professional. I got to go to an individual finance manager or a lawyer that's going to help you. So once you win the lottery, it's like, it's out there. It's war. Like everyone's going to come at you and everyone's going to look at you for some handouts, and it's just going to go wild. So let's see what happens.
The first rule of winning the lottery is to always stay anonymous. But most places won't let you do this. California requires the public disclosure of the winner's full name. And no, a trust won't help you. You're getting fully doxxed, and we need to prepare for that. But first, your phone rings. It's your boss telling you off for being late to work.
Man, imagine your boss. Okay, guys, really quick. Just play with me here, okay? You just won the lottery. You have $150 million in your bank accounts on Tuesday, but you just clocked out on Monday. And your boss calls you, tells you you're late. What would you tell him? What would you say? Just think about that. Just think about that for a second.
Resist the urge to show up to the office with an AR-15 and instead put in a 2-week notice. Leaving on bad terms would just give your coworkers an excuse to sue you. Now back to concealing your identity. Delete your social media, get a new phone number, make a new email, and change your primary address to a PO box. This should help prevent strangers from tracking you down, but an even bigger threat might just be your own family.
Family, the people who can get directly to you. Someone in the chat earlier said they would just switch up and they would disappear on their day ones. Honestly, that sounds so intense and so raw. But that might be the best bet. You know, what would you even do? You know, I don't want to say I'm gonna switch up. Well, okay, so what if you disappear, but you have these accounts funding your family or something? I don't know. It just gets so tricky. You can't just make decisions. You have to pause, talk to professionals, and see what is the best decision that you can do. How can you handle? You just got like 100. You just won this lottery. The world knows it's out there. You won the lottery. How would you even react? You know?
This guy right here won $20 million, and he used it wisely, starting up a successful gourmet popcorn shop and helping out his loved ones. 9 years later, he was murdered by his sister-in-law.
I have a sister-in-law and I have a brother-in-law. I'm hoping they don't do that, but you know, by 100 million worth of Gucci belts, you know, yeah, that's what you can do. You know, what can you even do? It really changes things up, you know, because you didn't do that part where you earned it and you grinded and people saw the success and they saw the kind of the come up and they saw like, wow, and they're like, they witnessed it live and like, man, that's him. He did it. You just went from one day to another and you're just a millionaire. So let's see what happens here.
If you don't keep your family in check, you might end up getting killed, or even worse, divorced. So here's the plan. You decide right now the exact amount you want to dedicate for family and make a trust for it. Once you fund this trust with a portion of your winnings, Jason will take it over. So when your family members come begging, you could just tell them you're not in charge of the money. Let Jason be the bad guy.
Jason is gonna be our person. They're our finance manager. I mean, that seems like the best bet, because if you're out there by yourself with all this money, it's gonna make it really tough. It's gonna make it really tough to be out there with all this money by yourself, and you have millions of dollars, and what are you even going to do? People are going to try suing you. People are going to come up from the woodwork just trying to get to you.
After a few weeks of preparation and sleepless nights, it's finally time for you to claim your ticket. But here is where a lot of people mess up. The lottery press conference is where you'll be presented with the world's largest stimulus check in front of a horde of reporters who are snapping and publishing nice, clean photos of your face right next to the reward for killing you. It's going to be an exciting event.
There is a number on your head, okay? They put a number to your head. If they kill you, they get that. It just gets really intense. It switches up on you. It gets really wild.
I mean, look how happy this guy is. He just won $1 million. He doesn't know it yet, but 1 month after taking this photo, he's gonna mysteriously die of cyanide poisoning. No suspect was ever found. In unrelated news, these two women inherited all of his winnings.
You see that? The switch up, people. Your day ones, the people with you, you know, they didn't see the come up and they just switched up on this gentleman. Look how happy he looks. He looks really, really happy. He's like, man, I can't wait to do it. They already look like they're up to something. They're not really smiling. They look like they've had a conversation like, we got it. We got it. We got something for him. We got something for him.
In completely unrelated news, this woman prepared the last meal he ate before he died. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that the press conference might not be optimal for you. Luckily, there are some genius tactics you can use to reduce its potential harm. Renting a car will stop people from tracking your license plate. Wearing a disguise will lower your profile as long as it's not ridiculous enough to go viral. But the smartest way to handle your press conference is by not going. you're not required to show up for your media appearance. The massive check with your name on it will still get put on the news, you just won't be in the shot.
You don't have to be present? I didn't know that. So I had seen this video of this guy. He went to, I think it was like in China or something. I think where, but he went to go claim his prize and he had like a mask on. They didn't release his name, but he had a mask on. So nobody can tell his identity because you have to physically go, but he had like a paper bag just so no one can tell his identity.
Instead, you'll go to the lottery office without any cameras and quietly grab your normal size check. But as you hold the piece of paper that's about to change your life, the first thing you'll notice is that the amount is a lot lower than you expected. See, there are two ways to claim your prize when you win the lottery. If you want the full advertised amount, you need to take the annuity, which means your prize gets paid out over the course of 29 years. But you took your prize in the more popular lump sum, where you get all the money at once, but it'll be just around half of the total jackpot.
Guys, what are we doing? Are you guys taking the immunity? Are you guys taking lump sums throughout the process? Or are you guys getting everything at once? Because if you get the partial payments, you get everything. No, you get more. You get more. You get the almost the full amount, like, but just throughout. I put a hit on you. That's funny. Yeah, no, I would definitely say I'm getting the full amount. Even if it's less, you know, still less, you know, I could make a big difference with the 100 million.
Top of that, since you won in the US, you're getting taxed. But don't worry about this,
Mr.
because the
Uncle
authorities
Sam
have already withheld all the taxes you owe from your check. Just kidding. They've withheld some of your taxes, but way less than what you actually owe them. Luckily, Jason has an accountant on his team who can guide you through the how much do you owe the government death trap. So after factoring in the lump sum and taxes, your jackpot has gone from 200 million to a measly 70.
That's always the thing, you know, they always say, it sounds like a lot like, oh, the jackpot today, the Mega Million is like $650 million. And then when you get it, it becomes so much less. So it sounds like you lost, but ladies and gentlemen, you are still getting millions and millions of dollars. So again, what would you do with that kind of money? It's in your bank account. You woke up, you went to sleep on Monday as a regular Joe, and you woke up on Tuesday and you are all of a sudden a millionaire. What are we doing?
I guess it'll have to do. But before you even cash your check, your phone starts blowing up. All of the friends and family that have your phone number are asking if you're the mysterious winner. Remember, the public only has your name, but not your face. You can tell some people you really trust, but be careful. Maybe even use an NDA. Now, it's finally time to make your deposit. After your check settles, you'll see more money in your bank account than you even thought was possible. Hopefully you're using a larger bank and not a credit union where your checking account would probably be worth more than all of their assets combined, but even with a massive institution holding your money, you still have a problem. Only 250,000 of your dollars are insured. But how risky actually is this? Well, ever since 2008, uninsured depositors only lost money in 6% of US bank failures, and large banks like Chase or Wells Fargo are designated as systemically important financial institutions, aka they have the US government as their sugar daddy, so it would take a lot for them to go under. Chances are you'll be fine, but still, you should move this money somewhere else. It's time to hit up Jason to fund your trusts and investment.
Are we trusting Jason? Do we trust Jason? I mean, what are we even thinking with Jason? You know, you go meet Jason and he's telling you that he's going to help you out. But do we believe him? Bruh. I don't even know, man. You know, you can't trust nobody. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Let's give him 40 million to manage for you. And with a conservative 6% return, this will be making you 200K a month. You could put 10 mil into your family trust, and now you have $20 million in pure spending power. So let's get down to business. First, you need a new house. I say go with this $10 million LA mansion. It's got a master bedroom where you'll wake up to beautiful ocean views, a 500 bottle wine cellar, an infinity pool, and a movie theater, but one thing's missing. That's better. Any toy you ever wanted is now yours.
What car are we getting, people? What car are we gonna get if we get that? What car would I get? What if we just won it? What car would I be getting? I would have a few. I mean, obviously I would have the Tesla. I would have like a Tesla, maybe something, because I would want the self-driving feature. Then you would want what? You would want like the sports car, 210 Accord. That's just nice. Decked out van. That's really good too. You know, we can always go with the Sprinter van turned into a camper. Get a driver. You know what you don't see out there anymore? When is the last time you guys saw a limo? When's the last time you guys saw a limo? You know, I was in a lot of limos before, and a lot of quinceañeras, people, quinceañeras. Don't get me started on the birria.
Dream watch, your dream fit, your dream grocery haul, being a lottery winner is awesome. You're also starting to realize why rich people live longer than poor people. Not only can you now afford any medical procedures you want, but you even have a private doctor. You pay them $20K a year to be on call for whatever you need. You also get a celebrity fitness trainer for
Who am I getting as a celebrity fitness trainer? Do we get LL Cool J, LeBron James? Who do you get to train you? I would go fitness route. I know a lot of individuals will go with these supplements, these peptides that are around. Don't get me started on these peptides, people. What are we even doing out there?
$300 a session, and of course a private chef to
Private chef. Oh my God. What are we even doing with the private chef? Okay, what are we eating for breakfast? Coffee. I don't even know, man. I don't even know, but that'd be pretty interesting. What would you guys do if you guys had a private chef every morning just making you guys breakfast? What are you eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? They're just there on call. And I've been to some homes that have some private chefs that are cooking kind of like at will, whatever it is that you want. And they'll talk to you like, hey, what do you want? And if there's like individuals like mom, dad, what do you guys want versus what do the kids want? King Taco, dude, you would probably buy a King Taco, but be healthy. Yes, of course, we want to be healthy, people. We want to be a little bit healthy. It's all about being healthy, but then we're having some fun there. But let's see what happens here.
keep your diet perfect. But even more important than this is your total lack of stress. Not having to worry about bills, work, or housing, and having the free time to hang out with friends or take a midday nap has vastly improved your overall well-being. But then you get a call from Jason that changes everything. See, he helped you buy your house using a trust to keep you anonymous, but internet detectives have somehow managed to trace the ownership back to you. On top of that, news reporters have been silently taking stalker shots of you on your daily routine, and all of a sudden, your face and your address are front page news. Your phone
Bro, can we even trust Jason? I wanted to trust Jason. Hey, your friend gave me your number. That's really intense. Everybody knows you're just the guy walking around with millions of dollars.
immediately starts blowing up, except this time, it's not just your friends and family, it's strangers. You start getting hundreds of letters in the mail. People are telling you their life stories, how all they need is 10 grand, 5 grand. Someone even shows up to your house. I think it's time for you to hire some bodyguards.
Bro, people showing up to your house because that's like a real thing. That's like a real thing. Let's see what happens if you call those numbers. 210-330-8804. Mike Jones, Mike Jones. I still remember that number too. But what would you do if you guys won the number, if you guys won the lottery and there's people showing up to your house? You're getting random letters and it happens. It really happens. They're saying it happens.
Before things start getting worse. And by worse, I mean you might get killed. It's kind of a rite of passage for lottery winners. This guy won 30 mil, then got buried in his business partner's backyard. He won the Brazilian lottery, then got kidnapped while on a walk. His house got broken into and he was shot to death in front of his kids. But you have one advantage over all these unlucky winners: your location. Most of these tragic fates happened in not so great neighborhoods. You, on the other hand, are in a $10 million LA mansion, surrounded by people who are familiar with money. Hopefully this will protect you from any real danger and allow you to peacefully live the high life. But what your mansion can't hide you from are your relationships.
Friends are going to come out of the woodwork. Family that they never knew they had. Everyone's going to be asking for handouts.
Friends, I lost just about all my friends from New York.
When you win, everybody you know thinks they won too.
Everybody you know thinks they won. That's pretty true. That is pretty true. You know, you want to be nice and you're like, oh, I'm gonna make a big difference and I don't know what. But then everyone feels that they're entitled to something. And it makes things awkward. Money makes things really awkward, you know?
You have to manage to say no to these people. It's gonna make you feel guilty, but the truth is, if you gave everyone money that asked for it, you wouldn't have anything left. Your mansion's upkeep costs you $50K a month. Maintenance for your car is an average yearly salary. Your private chef, your trainer, your doctor, your bodyguards, Erewhon, Equinox, rich person parties, woman, across everything, your month.
Don't get me started on women, bro. They require a lot, bro. They're probably gonna be the highest bill of everything.
Monthly expenses are clearing 6 figures. But even worse than the broke people begging you for money are the rich people begging you for money. They call themselves financial advisors. They try to hypnotize you with confusing financial linguistics until you've signed a
Confusing linguini? Confusing linguini. That's what they said.
away 1% of your portfolio for the privilege of underperforming the market. Don't listen to them. Certainly don't listen to people pitching you their genius business ideas. All of these opportunists are starting to make you feel like a walking ATM. When you win the lottery, people won't respect you like they do other rich people because you didn't really earn your money. You just experienced a statistical glitch.
You're just lucky, people. You are just lucky. So when you feel that you are vacationing in, Brazil or all these other areas, and you see other individuals like these Mark Zuckerbergs or all these financial people, because you won the lottery, you're just this guy or this individual that got lucky. You didn't really grind and you didn't really hustle, and you're not that individual that really put in that work. You're just a lucky individual, and you feel like these people are going to rub elbows with you and you're going to shake these hands, and they're not going to see you the same. They don't respect you. They just see you as the guy that got, you're the lucky guy, right? Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool, brother. Can I get another drink? You're just a lucky individual. You're just lucky.
This is where you begin to have a bit of an identity crisis. All you are and all you're known as is the guy that got lucky.
When you meet new people, it's often people will say, well, what do you do? Especially in my circle of people, most people were working or trying to put themselves through college. And, oh, I just won the lottery and I just sit around. That's not something that I wanted to say.
One day as you're contemplating,
That's really intense. So if you won the lottery and you do it, what are we investing in? What kind of businesses are we going to be doing? I'm always thinking like, oh, we get like a coffee shop, we get like a laundromat, properties and all that stuff. Like, what would you guys even invest in if you guys got that kind of money? The imagination is crazy. Everybody always thinks about something is very creative, but you're just the guy that won the lottery. And so far from what the guy's saying, it doesn't even seem safe. It doesn't even seem like, it seems like almost like a curse. You get a bunch of cats and content is king. Yeah, that's content is king. That's what I'm saying. If you are smart with your funds, it will make a big difference. But not everybody does it. Some people, I don't know where the video is going to go, but I'm assuming there's a couple individuals that really played it smart. But if you can't take care of $100, you're not going to take care of $1,000, then for sure you're not going to take care of $100 million.
the meaning of life, a mysterious man walks up to you, and he's here to inform you that you're being sued. A random guy you've never seen in your life is claiming that he bought your ticket, and he's coming for all of your winnings.
It's gonna be full. I'm the winner. God took me to that gas station.
I just wanted to ask, man, is there any truth to these claims about the stolen ticket?
Luckily, you're gonna be fine, because you have legal protection from our boy Jason.
Jason, they keep bringing up this guy Jason, but right now he's not even in the desk. Can we even trust Jason? No matter what, you need a financial advisor. You need a lawyer to help you. You can't just be out there with these millions and millions of dollars and have no one to protect you.
Jason?
A New York attorney known as the lottery lawyer is now charged with extorting lottery winners in a $107 million scheme.
Jason helped a lot. He was the first guy I called.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with this.
Jason Kurland, along with 3 others, now facing charges ranging from wire fraud to money laundering.
Well, in hindsight, giving this guy access to our finances was a pretty stupid decision and totally stole around $10 million from you. He's obviously going to prison, but that's money you're not getting back. But hey, at least you have a mansion to cry in.
Oh my God, I heard about this. I know exactly where this is going. I saw this on the news. And it's unfortunate, you're thinking you can trust people, but you can't trust nobody. You can't even trust this professional that was going to help you with your millions of dollars.
30,000 people have been ordered to evacuate their homes because of a wildfire tearing through wealthy suburbs of Los Angeles.
Among the thousands of people in Southern California who have lost homes in the wildfires is the
winner of the biggest lottery jackpot in history.
Just when you think things can't get any worse, you suffer the same fate as $2 billion Powerball winner Edwin Castro, and for some reason a large amount of lottery winners, your multi-million-dollar house burns to the ground. It seems like your luck has run out. You're getting sued, you've been robbed of millions, and your home is gone. Your misfortune is of course front page news. Everyone loves a good downfall. And to you, you've become just another lottery failure. Or have you? Some sources claim that 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt. Others say that it's 1 in 3. Which is it? The correct answer is neither. Both of those statistics have been completely debunked. Winning the lottery tends to get painted as a curse. But in reality, it turns out that stumbling into millions of dollars is actually pretty great.
Of course, it's pretty great. I would love a couple of men. Look at this guy. He looks so happy. His life is about to change, but you cannot be too safe. You know, people are out there. People are out there.
Real studies have shown that lottery winners are healthier and live longer. They have a lower chance of being overweight. They have higher long-term life satisfaction. They don't get socially isolated, instead they spend more time with friends. One study found that in a 5-year time span, only 5.5% of observed lottery winners went bankrupt, and these were even based on smaller wins. You're actually at a higher risk of bankruptcy if your neighbor wins the lottery. Most lottery winners don't get assassinated. Most lottery winners...
I heard about this guy right here. I don't know if they're gonna go through the story, but he worked as a garbage truck guy. He worked somewhere in London or something like that. He won all this money and he lived the amazing lavish life for like 2 or 3 years, and then at the end he lost it all. And then they show a picture of him right back where he started, just overweight, just right in his regular job. He went right back to the job. So he had the time of his life for like 2 or 3 years, and then he went right back to his regular job. People tell him he had the longest vacation.
Don't go broke.
Look at him. He's right there. He's right there. He looks like my brother too. Look, Joshy?
Most lottery winners get freedom, health, and happiness. So when you win the lottery, here are the final steps you need to take. Fire Jason Kurland, cash that home insurance check, win your lawsuit, move somewhere far away, and relax. Because you were never fucked. Most lottery winners aren't. But maybe it just makes us feel better if we think they are.
Get those numbers down, people. Write those numbers down, okay? Don't fall asleep on it, okay? Write those numbers down. So, what is our takeaway today? What did you guys think about winning the lottery? Would you guys feel happy if you guys won the lottery? Would you guys feel like it's a bad thing? I think we all think like, man, if I won the lottery, I would think I would act completely different. I would take care of my money more. I would be a positive individual. As you guys can see, not everybody has a sad story. Not everybody has a downfall on it. Some individuals live a good life. It's easier to get a sugar daddy. Yeah, it is. Probably is. But, you know, the sugar daddy's probably the guy that won the lottery. The sugar daddy's the guy that won the lottery. But like I say, people, you know, just good luck to everybody. You know, make sure you guys win the lottery. If you're in Los Angeles, you know, they haven't won the lottery ticket yet. I just saw it in the news today. So make sure you guys go get the Mega Million. Big takeaway from everything, you know, just be responsible with what you do, you know, just be happy, and, you know, don't let all these thoughts get to you, you know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Today that was the video of the day, and stay blessed.